Welcome everybody, we're here today for the awards show. You're gonna see this a few days later, of course, as I keep mentioning, but we're joined with the most specialist of guests with the other guests as well, Dan Sugarman of Ice Nine Kills and of Dan Sugarman. Also, don't forget.
I am me.
Exactly, I am you. Also, because you have your solo stuff.
I do.
And dude, it rips.
Thank you, bro. I'm just in the middle of mixing it right now, actually, with Jeff.
You got new solo stuff coming.
Yeah. New record.
That was an accidental perfect segment.
That was
okay.
perfect, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's also really interesting to see you do the intro you always do on your streams in person. Like I've never seen that side of your face when you did that. It's always the other side.
Is this side fine? Is this one?
Yeah,
okay.
I have a preference, but we don't have to talk about it.
We won't talk about it. But dude, it's so fun because as I was just talking with you too, like there's so many people that I've talked with over the years, and it's all been like usually internet or just like phone and like doing cool shit.
Right.
Which also thank you for being involved in the awards show the
dude.
past years. I think you've always presented like what was it? It was like guitarist and one of the other ones. I think it was guitarist.
I think it was Guitarist of the Year twice, and I also sent you a text both years saying,
yes,
whose Nick do I have to suck to get on this fucking list?
Dude, that's the thing, because as a guitarist, you're so insane, and we always do the nominations based on like if stuff comes out.
Yeah.
I love Ice Nine Kills, but y'all gotta drop an album.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
whoever's in charge of that, let's go, right? Because that's the thing, like especially every year, like Guitarist of the Year is like a special nomination, but also probably the hardest for me because like I know so many of the homies, and I'm like, okay, great. So I'm just like, okay, who released the stuff? And I'm like, okay, released the stuff and also had like a crazy year and all of that.
Yeah.
Which is, and that's why I'm always like, oh my God, Daddy boy. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we've been riding that Horrorwood wave for like 3 years now.
Is it called the Horrorwood way at this point?
I just invented that, I guess. Yeah,
okay.
It's a whole genre now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been grinding out some new stuff.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You, like that's the thing. I love that you guys obviously the band hasn't always been spooky. Again, obviously before even you joined.
Right.
It hasn't always been spooky. It started off as like punky ska, right?
Yep.
Which is so wild when you listen to Ice Nine Kills nowadays, and it's like horrorcore, deathcore, metalcore.
But we still have those elements, like in A Rash Decision, in a song that I almost just mentioned that I shouldn't. There's like moments of ska. We do these like fucking just upbeat moments. Strum, like sublime little fucking things, or like, you know, it's really fun to be in a band. I call it the 311 effect. Okay. Like 311 has been doing, like, I don't know if any of you guys are fans of 311. I love 311, but they can do any style.
Okay.
On one record, they'll do like funk, reggae, jazz, metal, rock, like on all of it, right? I feel like because Ice Nine has set that precedent for so long on every single record, we can kind of just get away with shit.
Yeah.
And like the unexpected is like expected. So that kind of makes it like digestible in a weird way.
You do conceptually, you know, obviously it's laced in horror concepts, but when it comes to the musical aspect and like the musicality of everything, like obviously even your guys' track this year, like a work of art, which like I remember just watching that. Like I'm not even talking about the video yet, but just like the musical audio that was coming out. There's everything possible in a song in terms of like genre fusions and little fun moments.
Exactly.
And then crazy deathcore-esque breakdowns and like metalcore moments and a huge like soaring chorus. That it's cool to see you guys just take everything and always up it and keep kind of being consistent with being unique and different while being the horrorcore band still, which is crazy to balance.
Right, which also seems to be like becoming a thing, sort of. I feel like I'm noticing a lot of other bands touching on those things. But yeah, dude, like one of the things we love to do is have like bits, like sound bites in our songs that are just like, this is like that on crack. And like in a bunch of different elements. So like the chorus, like you said, the riffing, the breakdowns.
This fucking SpongeBob. It took me a second to get the SpongeBob in the last track. And when someone said it, because like, I was like, that's funny. And then someone said in chat, remember, SpongeBob SquarePants. I was like, oh my God. That was like subtle.
It's identical. I couldn't tell you if it's on purpose or not, but
it's obviously not for copyright.
That's
obviously not.
Yeah, we exist in this parody framework that I think allows us to get away with a lot of shit.
But it's cool because it's obviously those moments are relatable. But you guys are so consistent with the chaos. And then still, like, again, on your end, you want to rip like a wild solo. Like, it fits and it sounds cool and dark. And one thing I always loved about your playing, and I've talked to you about this, is you have this very unique, modern, jazzy, avenged, like sevenfold-y kind of melodic sensibility
Yeah.
that I grew up listening to literally all the Avenged Sevenfold albums and all that, and like hearing
So good.
specific like kind of types of interval twists in this,
Mm-hmm.
where you have this really cool modern way of how you do everything, and then hearing a bit of like, oh my god, that's such a cool dark melody that I was like, it just gets me very excited because I grew up with a lot of that probably similar influence.
Totally, dude. Yeah, I talk about this with my students all the time. Like, one of the coolest things to do is dig into the influences of your influences.
Yeah.
And it takes you to a place that becomes your own in the end. So, like, I got really into Django Reinhardt many, many years ago, like gypsy jazz shit.
Oh, okay, I got you.
The Quentin Tarantino movie, Django.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so that was like a really big factor for me. It was like that, like Marty Friedman shit. Marty Friedman was really into
Marty's
like,
wild.
right? Super into like Russian classical music and like Japanese classical. I got really into like Ravi Shankar,
Right.
sitar music, like all these like weird things that like kind of went through the blender and turned it into like this Jewy ass dude right here. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's a perfect blend of a lot of really cool stuff that, again, as a guitarist, every time I'm like, oh, Danny Boy's doing his thing, like it makes me super happy to hear you do your thing.
it's fun to let
And,
loose, man.
Dude, of course, man. And then again, Einstein Kills is kind of like a whole power. Like you guys are killing it, and you got the Metallica shows, which is also like,
This next year is gonna be nuts with Limp Bizkit as well.
That's nutty, dude.
Pretty. I right when that tour was announced, I told my girlfriend, I was like, my first Halloween costume was as Fred Durst.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you do a Fred Durst impression? Maybe don't do it.
That's a parody we can't. That'll get me sued. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Yeah,
But I
bro.
literally was like, I need to get the fucking Osiris shoes, the red backwards hat.
The red backwards hat. So I've seen some people try to do like the new metal Fred Durst impression, and they have like not a red hat. What happened? What went wrong? Nick?
Wrong flavor, dude. Yeah. It's not right.
It's wrong flavor. It's obviously it has to be a red hat.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it.
That's the whole point.
That's half.
Yeah,
of it,
and also the easiest Halloween costume of all time.
that is.
So I
true.
won in two aspects. You know what I mean?
This is the thing is I don't do Halloween as much, but I more so do costumes when I have to do weird memes. So
I've seen you in some costumes, some crab costumes,
okay, the crab costume is an actual costume, but like more so when
Russian tracksuits. I've seen you in.
That's just my everyday, dude. That's no different. The one that took me a second, I had to do new metal. I had to do Fred Durst, which you're right, is kind of like it's hat and white tank top and like you're just vibing out. But then the Mike Shinoda took me a second to get down because the Linkin Park came back.
Yeah, what would that be? Like an Adidas situation? What's the?
So I rolled very embarrassed. I got the red hair dye.
Okay, you went back in the day.
I went 2000 Shinoda.
Baggy
right?
fucking pants.
Super baggy pants. The wrist. I don't even know what they call. Like they're kind of bracelets. Like all the new metal bands used to wear those kind of before that. They're like very chill kind of bracelet things.
Was it like the leather strap ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The leather strap ones. And then just a chain, and we vibed with it. But that's the most I get into costume is like when I'm like, this is a really dumb idea I should do right now. Let's do it for memes. And then I go with Paula, and we go to the store, and the people look at me weird every time I buy a bunch of stuff.
That's how it goes, dude.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. For this last Halloween, I was Willie Nelstein. I was Willie Nelson, but I had a Jewish star.
Okay.
It was really I braided my hair. It was good. No one got it.
No one got it?
Yeah, I was circumcised Willie basically. cut Willie. Yeah, dude, it went over pretty well. A couple people got it. Most people didn't.
Yeah. Do you guys? Because I'm assuming not just when you do music videos, but in general, obviously aesthetically, everything is pretty wild and very like there's costumes and makeup
Dude,
and fasty.
it's insane.
Do you get like I'm gonna use the word normies, like random people that are just walking about that are like that literally are concerned of like, do I have to call 911?
Yeah, dude. I remember for the meet and greet video.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember I had like that? My eye was like,
Yup.
dude, and I have this video of him putting like Vaseline in my eye to make it look gooey.
Oh,
Like it's the
God.
most disgusting like video ever. I'll have to show it to you later.
Okay.
But I was standing outside alone, just like smoking a joint between shoots.
Right.
And so many people were walking by, and like someone slowed down their car and was like looking at me. I was like,
Hi, buddy.
yeah, dude, it's terrifying. Like you even see yourself and you're like, want to gag, you know?
Yeah. Well, you guys commit like very intensely, and I got to give you mad props for that. All
Thank you,
obviously
dude.
the music videos, thematically and live. I remember seeing you guys live when you hit Toronto. Oh my God, last year.
Yeah. The shows are over the top, man. It's half Broadway.
Yeah, the shows are a little fucking crazy. And something, it's really funny too. I only met Spencer once, and he is, as far as I can tell, probably the most like intense with it. Like he's very like no mess. Like he's such a funny, nice guy.
Yeah.
But he's also, I know when it comes to probably the theme and everything, like on the point, serious and gets it done.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you probably saw Spencer Inc.
Oh, since Spencer Inc.
Spencer, there's a few Spencers that exist.
Okay, there's a few. Spencers.
Backstage on the bus, Spencer in his robe is a different Spencer. Then there's Spencer, who's really, really happy to be on a music video shoot with like actors that are his idols.
Is that, I was gonna say, is that like the end of like, okay, like music's cool, guys, and tour, whatever, but like
he just wants to work with his like favorite actors. That's his whole fucking thing, dude. Yeah, working with David Howard Thornton on the last one was incredible. We did on Welcome to Horrorwood, the music video we did there. We had Andrew Brzezinski, who was the Leatherface on the remake in 2003. And actually, ironically, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I hope I'm not giving something away.
If we are, we just cut it.
Well, hello.
We can cut anything. You don't know. It's gone.
You could cut a willy.
We could. We're not doing that here.
No.
We're not doing that here
Not
at
live,
all.
at least.
Not at the awards show this year. No way. I'm not getting banned on
Yeah,
Twitch.
no, bad idea. But yeah, that whole world of working with like iconic actors like that is really it's fucking interesting, man. And he's blended these two worlds in such a way where like we have the con that we do every year, goes huge. Yeah, it's all for Spencer to live out his childhood dreams. Is what it is, in the best way possible, dude.
Well, you guys seem to really complement each other in a really nice way, and I don't know exactly when it comes to the writing portion. Every band like kind of dissects and diverges differently. Like now, sometimes it's like instrumentalist. Well, there's the instrumental, and then plus vocals, and then vocalist might work with producer. Like I don't know how you guys have yours set up necessarily.
Yeah, I mean we've had different iterations of it, but like from what people know the most from like Horrorwood, it was Spencer, Joe, and I sitting in a room together for a year in the pandemic.
Damn.
Like Spencer came over like 5-6 days a week for like 12 hours a day, and we would just sit in my studio downstairs and flesh out parts, and he would like hum like a cool fucking riff or pick up my guitar and do something, and I'd be like, all right, I got you, how about like blah, 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 and then I'd record it. And then like Joe would run upstairs and orchestrate something in his studio, and then like I remember they were recording upstairs the demo vocals for Rainy Day while I was downstairs writing the music for Take Your Pick. It was very like very collaborative, very like we leaned into like what we were specializing in. But Spencer's just like the ultimate musical mastermind genius. My ass is buzzing. Sorry about that, dude.
My ass is buzzing all
Yeah,
day.
dude, for real. But yeah, Spencer's like the ultimate musical genius director. Like he just knows exactly who to put in what place and can get the right performance out of them. Yeah, it's awesome, man. And I in the writing situation, I tend to be the friction.
Oh, you tend to be the
Yeah. I have a strong belief that friction makes fire. Right?
Well, it's all coming together and then taking the best of everything. You have to.
Yeah.
Because everything's just like yes. You're not gonna. It's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna get the best product in the end.
I agree, man. And like it allows you to double down on like what you're believing, and then you all of a sudden have like a really heavy conversation about like why it needs to be this way. And obviously it's all in good fun. There's never like an actual situation.
Like,
but
dude, I wanted that breakdown. We need the clown noise exactly here.
Dude,
this is not happening.
Dude,
now.
for the original Take Your Pick, I wrote a Cupid breakdown. I had like
what the fuck does that mean, Dan?
because it's My Bloody Valentine, right? So I had this like harp thing in the background that was doing like Cupid style music with the coolest fucking like techie Born of Osiris kind of breakdown over it. And Spencer loved it, but he was like, I need you to do something that's more fucked up and more slow. And I was like, dude, I love this, please no. And then I leaned into it, and it's like the coolest fucking breakdown on the record now.
Right.
So like, if you are willing to like lean in and try to outdo something you've done, I feel like you will always either do something better or you can revert back to the original, which was the better one. So like,
you guys keep fresh because of that, right? And I feel like sometimes with modern metal bands, especially when they find success doing a particular style, they're like, all right, good. And then everything kind of becomes actually the problem, like the yes man show of just like, one person has all the ideas and then everyone's just like, yeah. And then they keep releasing the same song and record for a while. And then no one told them no, so like there's no like building or advancing. It's kind of like the same. And that's like with you guys. I could tell every song like it's it's has the bones and like the bloodline of Ice Nine Kills, but it's advanced and continues to evolve and moves forward. And I can tell that's probably largely because you guys are actually in there and like, that's kind of cool. Maybe no. Yeah, that's sick. Kind of no. You know.
Very, very collaborative. And like I said, Spencer like really likes to bring people in to like elevate shit. So it's just like being a part of like an ensemble cast is really what it is. By the way, I just learned this the other day. Do you know the phrase "break a leg"?
Yeah.
Has to do with getting in the cast.
My brain just did.
Yeah, I was like, wait. So when someone's like, "Have a good show, break a leg," it's like that makes no sense. You're not trying to get into the cast.
Yeah,
It's for play auditions specifically.
Yeah.
How dumb of a phrase. Break a leg, get in the cast.
I'm just going to say it to people to confuse them now. I'm going to say it with the context because now it's going to be more confusing. Like, have a great show. I hope you die.
Yeah.
But also get a cast.
Get in the casket.
Yeah. Just get
The fucking Jesus.
Figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Well, again, with you guys, it's been so cool to see, again, Ice Nine Kills Evolve, but also you and seeing how you guys blend so naturally, because again, not many people might know. Again, you're from old school, like As Blood Runs Black.
Yeah.
Which I remember when I learned that tripped me out because I was like, wait, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
As Blood Runs Black. And
Totally.
And then when I started hearing some of your solo stuff, it sounds you, and then I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh, okay. Now when I listen to like old school kind of that, like As Blood Runs Black and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, Danny boy.
Yeah, totally.
It's cool seeing that like evolution. Too.
Yeah, I just do you know Bernth? You probably know Bernth,
Yeah,
right?
Bernth, yeah.
Oh yeah, I just texted you about this the other day. Yeah. So we're doing a collab, and he was like, put a sick riff here, and I wrote it's in drop C.
Okay.
So what came out of me, like totally subconsciously, was just like a techie As Blood Runs Black riff, and I was like, oh, that shit's still in me a little bit. That's cool.
Dude, the drop C, it's gonna happen. You're gonna 5, 7, 8 to a 4 in there.
Yeah.
You know, get a little fancy.
A little harmonic minor. Maybe we'll do the flat 7 into the sharp 7.
Oh God!
You know what
don't
I mean?
do this.
The little modulation.
The little modulation.
Yeah,
dude.
we got those in there.
Half of the audience is confused right now that doesn't play guitar. That's fine. Don't worry. I don't play guitar either. But with that, dude, yeah, though, talking about collabs, dude. I remember us doing thank you again for doing it, that we did the Nocturnal. What did Joe named it, actually? Nocturnal
Emissions.
Incisions or something.
Yes.
Emissions?
No. Nocturnal emissions means wet dream. I think that might have been a joke that went over your head.
It went over my head, and that's the song name
Nocturnal
now, so
Incisions is the name, but I think it was a reference of
it is
Wet
a wet
Dreams,
dream song.
yeah.
But that was
Wet Nightmare.
fun one to do because I've been doing that, fun like series, 30 seconds. And doing Ink was so hard to fucking do.
So chaotic,
because you
dude.
guys do so much, and that's the thing when I have to do some of like the more like very creative and fun out there bands. I'm like, this is impossible because like how do I include this all in like this short meme template?
Yeah.
And it's not that possible. I remember doing that and then hitting up you guys. So I was like, you guys want to just like do like some fun, really weird, like non-Ice Nine Kills thing?
It was pretty Ice 90, dude.
Thanks, I appreciate, because it was like I was trying to get in the Sugarman mindset. But what tied it was when you did the solo, and I was like, oh.
That was a fun one, dude.
That was
fun. And I have to. People are always like, dude, it's so cool how in your solo you referenced the Exorcist theme song, and then it comes back later in the breakdown. I was like, actually, I ripped it from the breakdown, and because you hear my part first, I get the credit. But thanks.
No. It's Dan. There you go.
It's Nick.
It's Dan. But dude, yeah, doing stuff like that's been so cool, especially over
do that
the
again,
years.
man.
I'm always around. I'm doing dumb, fun metal things. This is not the usual. We have like
Just high-end dumb fun.
This is high-end, out of my budget dumb fun, basically, with a bunch of people watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to just sit there and do, especially like, again, I know you guys are doing stuff at such like a crazy high level that it's fun, especially when I work with musicians that are doing that, to see like that like fun, like, oh yeah, let's just do like whatever side.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people don't expect to see that level of collaboration, because in the metal scene, it's not as like popular, unfortunately, where there's like, hey, let's just collab because it's fun. Like, I'm like, it never happens.
It's too much red tape.
Too much. That's the thing, because it is busy, but it's really red tape, which is the sad part that I noticed over the years of like, everyone wants to do it, and then mommy and daddy are like, you can't.
I mean, I think you're really like trailblazing with the way that you do this, man. Like, I have a feeling a lot of labels are now like, maybe we should do like opaque red tape. You know what I mean? Maybe you go pink tape just to make this like a little bit more accessible. Because I've been noticing that like since you started leaning into that, like you see reaction videos like crazy now. Those used to get taken down a ton.
Oh, I remember
like,
those days, dude.
There's like collaboration now between labels and like people like yourself, right?
Yeah, well, it's been fun seeing that evolve, especially the pandemic. I noticed.
Yeah, they needed it.
Forced, and it was weird because a lot of the content creator, musicians or whatever, commentary or journalists, people were just in the space, and then we noticed everyone else was like, well, we're on Twitch now and stuff, and I was like, yo, what's up? I guess.
Yeah, might as well.
Like, let's do fun stuff. I know you even, I don't know if you still stream, but I know you did quite a bit.
Yeah, I went hard for like 6 months, and I was like, oh, like I need to have a life outside of this. But I went fucking hard. Like I wrote my entire record that is coming out now, soon. I wrote my entire record live on Twitch.
That's fun though.
Was really, really excited about having like the documentation of everything.
Yeah.
And then Twitch deleted it.
Oh, the VODs. Oh my God, dude. I remember the first time I remembered they delete after 3 months.
I didn't know.
Dude, I know. I was like, where's all my VODs? And then I was like, I didn't delete them. And then I remember seeing they delete after 3 months. I'm like,
dude, you know there's a back-end server somewhere.
There's a back-end.
There's gotta be, right?
Twitch. Come on.
Hook up your boys.
Hook up your boys for our random content streams that are amazing for sure, right? Like, but even with that, I remember that whole era of like everyone doing the internet thing.
Yeah, dude.
And that was fun because I saw a lot of collaboration. And then most of the musicians were like, bye, and they kind of just went on tour. They're like, I want to tour, and that's understandable. That's like the go-to.
I mean, not everyone can like Matt Heafy, you know what I mean?
Dude, Matt? So
he's
like,
on it.
I've been doing whatever dumb shit for 11 years. I have never in my life met someone that even I say, yo, bro, like, chill, like how can I help you with your insane day?
Right.
Like, what's going on?
Babysit or something,
Yeah, like, do you need me to babysit? Or like, I know like it's so busy that like, I have so much respect for that guy.
Right, he tours too, right?
He tours,
constant streaming.
Every day. He streams more than I do.
Fucking nuts.
He has obviously a beautiful, like a family. Like he's also like goes outside.
Goes outside. That's a whole
new
other job. Yeah.
Unlockable that like I haven't done yet. So like he's just a gem of a dude. And after all that too, nicest dude. And even though he definitely doesn't have time, he will always take the time to be like, yo, do you need something? Sure. And when we moved to Orlando, because we just moved to Orlando now, and like he's there, he was one of the few guys that was just like, yo, like anything you need, like, and he started giving us like a list of like, here's all like the nice food places and that kind of stuff.
That takes time.
It takes time to like do that. And I was like, you are thank you. You're way too busy to probably have to do this.
Yeah,
and like
dude.
people that take time to do that, because then I know musicians, vocalists usually, that I'm like, as a guitarist instrumentalist, this is a pain place.
What's a vocalist? Dude?
What's a vocalist? Where is probably the most relatable for many instrumentalists working sometimes with lovely vocalists who sometimes take
highly
very long.
talented,
they're always highly talented.
Always the same sort of crazy as guitar players, though. In my opinion, I feel like there's a similar crazy.
Yeah, and one thing I know, like again, Matt, nonstop, cook.
Guitar player, singer, so he's extra crazy.
Okay, you just solved it for me. You're right.
That's what it is.
I always think of Matt as vocalist now. That's kind of trippy. You're right. It's because guitar player, singer.
He used to be one of my favorite lead dudes too back in the day. Like when I was first got it, like when Ascendancy came out, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome.
Riffs, dude.
Like combo of like pentatonics, arpeggios, melodic diatonic shit. I'll stop being a nerd. Like he had such a cool flavor.
The two guitarists that watch my channel still will understand that one, Dan. Don't worry. Dude, even you do vocals, and that's something that surprised me.
Yeah.
Because I remember asking you, I think on one of the Ink tracks, I was like, obviously, I was like, okay, you have the guitar stuff down, and then you mentioned, oh yeah, I do like some of the backing vocals. I was like, wait, actually?
Yeah.
And then you were telling me, I was doing like the backing screams and like the lows and stuff.
That's like a big thing with Ice Nine is we have that like Broadway cast where like every fucking member does vocals. Every one of us does vocals.
Is your guys' drummer does vocals too?
When Patrick left recently, but when Patrick was with us, he was doing backups. Yeah. Every single member does vocals.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a really like coming from everywhere. And if you listen to the way the record is, it's like panning between all these different people. It's like Beastie Boys doing metal.
Oh, that's cool. So you guys even on record do it, because I know some people do it. You know, they're like studio. Okay, vocalists do the vocals. You know what I mean? And then live, obviously, it's to differentiate and to also expand the duties of vocals, right? But that's cool. They got like on studio. You guys also all of
Yeah,
you.
dude. If you like funeral derangements, like you will hear like every single one of us is doing like a different line stacked on each other, like passing back and forth.
Not the same scream, but similar tone, like complementary.
So Joe
tonalities.
and Ricky have a similar scream.
Okay.
It's that fry scream.
Yeah.
And then me and Spencer have the false chord thing. And like a lot of times I will double Spencer.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times I should shut the fuck up because Spencer's the singer. But a lot, like if there's like a super stupid like gutturalo, that's typically me. But yeah, man, and even more recently, like about a year and a half ago, I started like singing,
Right.
which is real fucking weird. I did mushrooms one day,
Okay, that's a good way to start.
and then I came to the next morning. I was like, I just sang a song that I've
Damn.
never done before.
I did not expect that. That's how someone would have
Neither did
come
I.
to terms that they can sing.
I don't think I was conscious through it. I don't.
What did you sing?
I started doing this like alt 90s
Okay.
kind of like Alice in Chains, fucking
Gotcha.
Breaking Ben sort of vibe, like real all over the place. But yeah, like I guess I sing now too.
So
Don't do mushrooms, kids, but eat them like at a regular like cremini.
just don't eat. Just avoid vegetables. just to get past this, avoid any vegetable you see.
yeah, all
randomly in the
greenery,
forest.
all yeah.
All greenery, just avoid. But dude, yeah, even with that, it's cool to see you guys, like especially you as a musician, evolve over the years. But again, yeah, you, Iceland Kills, and it's wild to see that you guys get crazier and bigger every year. Even though, again, it's been how long since Silver Scream? 2021?
Yeah, I think we're like 3 years. It's that Horrorwood wave, man. It's a big wave.
It doesn't feel long, but
I know.
then you're like, oh shit, when was like the last album? It was a minute.
It was like during the pandemic, I think. Like right after the pandemic it came out. So yeah, like right around. Yeah, dude, our team is fucking incredible. Like
Yeah.
it like constant improving upon ideas, constant evolution, constant ideas coming through that are just like fucking genius.
Yeah.
Like we have the best people behind the scenes and like round of applause that no one else will hear. Tiny
Hey,
little golf clap from Nick and I,
we
but
need some claps from production.
we
There we go.
That's a real
they
clap.
participate. There we go.
applause sign, right?
Production's just like this
Yeah.
was not part of my contract.
Yeah, we the team is fucking awesome. Obviously, like we do what we do. We do the musics, we make the medals.
Sometimes it's fun.
Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
And dumb. Fun metal things. But there's something about having like the collaborative team behind everything that makes it work so well. And like
Yeah.
I will say that we have some of the best people in the industry, and it's fucking awesome to be a part of that.
Yeah, dude. Well, with that, anything you can tell people, not necessarily coming, because I know everything obviously.
Yeah, the answer is
always-
no on that. dude.
Obviously, no musician can ever say what they're working on, so that's understandable. Anything you want to say to the people to look out for, to look forward to, that is already out there, or things. I know you mentioned your album, so like, what can the world of the metal be ready for when it comes to Dan, or Ice Nine Kills, of things you have mentioned already?
Let's see. Well, obviously there's new stuff coming eventually from
That's
from
always
the
a
band.
pretty fair say.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
I have my new record, Inside Out Part 2. I'm getting it mixed right now with Jeff Dunn, fucking legend of a mix guy, mastering as well. I'm scoring 3 horror films at the moment, which
That's
is
sick.
really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm acting in one of them, like I just said.
That's
It's called
sick.
Weep. Really fucking cool movie. Got this alt 90s thing I'm gonna be doing soon. Got a lo-fi chill hop record I'm sitting on for some fucking reason.
Okay.
Dude, tons of shit. I'm launching a music education company soon called Slipstream, which is gonna be very, very, very cool. It's gonna be live group classes where, like, if you wanted to host a live group class, we would open up your lesson lounge and you would teach like how you do like one of your songs that you create. Like how would you do a song like Ice Nine Kills, right?
Right.
Something like that, right? And we have people come in for the weekend.
Right.
It's ticketed, live stream. If you're part of it, you get to ask questions.
That's sick.
And otherwise, it's evergreen. You can buy it later.
Yeah.
But the purpose of that is to create awesome extra income streams for all of my musician homies.
Yeah.
There's that. Fucking got coffee. Got stupid fucking beanies for sale. I'm gonna get sued by this eventually. ShredX.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna comment further because I didn't. I thought it said the normal thing.
Yeah,
so-
dude. My whole life is a parody.
That's a
Everything.
parody, but now it's a parody at the Orchard doing fun metal things, which I'm sure is that stuff sounds way cooler, but nonetheless. Again, can we just pass it? Dan, Sugarman, dude of Ice Nine Kills, dude.
Come here, bro.
Thank you so much. Go
you, dude.
follow Dan on the internets. It's 2024. Do I really Instagram?
Yeah, dude.
Obviously, internet. Follow Dan.
Go to my LinkedIn. No, I don't have that shit. It's old people stuff.
Dan Sugarman. Thank you. Bye.